I'm wearing a wig. Well, I have to. I just had a facelift. Well, I had to get that done. Well, I have to work. Well, see, I figured I could work 4 or 5 more years if I got my face done. Now, you know my friend Sandra, the big blonde. Now, she had her eyes done here in New York, and that cost her $2,500. Now, I just did not have that kind of money. But see, I knew this gal. Well, she was a big madam up here in New York, and she done real good for herself, and she retired down to Caracas. That's in South America. Now, she told me I could go down there, and I could use her doctor, and I could stay at her house. She has a beautiful home there. They call that a villa. Now, the only thing that she did not tell me was that her doctor worked at a teaching hospital. You see, they went and gave me the facelift of a 60-year-old woman. Now, I just did not need that much of a facelift. They did my entire head. They did my eyes, tops and bottoms. They did my nose. Did you know that when you get older, that your nose will start to droop? Now, you see, I did not know that myself. Apparently, they caught my nose just before it slid off my mouth. I woke up during that operation. I did, because I felt something sticky on my neck. That was my own blood. Now, you see, I was very deeply sedated, because this was not a Band-Aid operation. And I knew how sedated I was, you see, because, well, I have sedated myself so many times before. When I heard that nurse yell out, "Doctor!" That's doctor in Spanish. I said to myself, I said, "Charlene, you had better get a grip. Because face it, if the nurse is going to call for the doctor, who is doing that operation?" It was them stupid doctors. They have been coming in and they have been gawking at me all afternoon. Now, I thought that was because of that lilac negligee I was wearing. You know, with the chiffon hood. Now, I'm not stupid. I knew that those boys were studying there. I just never realized that they were studying me. Well, this side here has always been my best side. And it still is. But this side here, you see here, right here? Well, it drags down. Right here. And I feel like I'm wearing a bathing cap all the time. It is so tight. Right here. And then it's really tight when I go like this. Right here. That's as far as it goes. That's it. I don't think that I'll ever be able to eat corn on the cob again. For the first 2 weeks after that operation, I did not leave that villa because my eyes was out to here. I looked like a human fly. Well, it was blue, it was black, it was pink, it was green, it had this iridescent purple in it, and it was yellow. Well, you know, I cannot wear yellow because I'm winter. Like you're a spring. A spring or something. See what I'm saying? If I wear that yellow, that makes me look sad. You see what I'm saying? So I was disappointed about that. And then for the first week after that operation, every time I raised my eyebrows up, my stockings moved. I had to get that done. You don't think I went and got myself all cut up and sewed up for nothing? I had to work. I was already older when I got in this line of work. Well, I had to because, we see, I was married, and we had a little boy. And then my husband went and he killed him. Yeah. I don't know why he killed him, he just did. And that was that. I mean, he and I had to get divorced. Well, I mean, there's things I can put up in a relationship and things I won't. And that was it for him. Then after a couple years, well, I met this other guy, and he was in the service, you know, he looked so handsome and all in his uniform, you know. I mean, I never knew that a man could look that good. After I was with him for a couple of years, I found out it was because those uniforms are polyester. You just throw them in the washing machine, you don't have to iron them, nothing. You see? But up until then, I thought it was like a miracle. And, well, you know, we fell in love, and then we had a little girl, and Well, then we got married, and you see, after we got married, he retired from the service. I don't know what it was, but the man would just not get a job. I don't know what it was. Well, actually, what I think it was that nothing was as exciting as going out and flying them big B-52 bombers. It had to be that, because the man just would not get a job. So I had to go and get a job. So I became a dancer. Oh, I was thinner. Well, you see, I always was around them colorful people, you know, and them show business people, because my father was booking. So I went and I was dancing all through the South. See, we dancing in juke jukes. Oh, it wasn't like today. I mean, we weren't doing none of that floor work or nothing like that. We dressed real demure, you know, something like this. And, well, you know, I would dance, and my legs would just get so tired. You know, I don't know if it was because I had those kids or what, but, you know, you'd be wearing them high heels, and you'd be dancing 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, all night, till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And the mans, they would want you to go with them. You see? But I was so tired. After a while, I figured it out that you didn't have to dance. You just went with the man. You see what I'm saying? The very first man that I ever went with was this man named Bert. Now, Bert took me to this place, the Half Moon Motel / Lounge. You know that place. Everybody went there. We just called it the Slash, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, we went over there and we were in the lounge. And we had a few drinks, you know, they were just cluttered with them little plastic monkeys and elephants and all. Well, I took those, I put them in a napkin, and I took them for a souvenir for my kids. And then we went next door, and we went into the motel, you know, and we commenced to, you know, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Well, we started to get to know each other better, fast. Well, all I know was that we was, you know, having quite a nice time, and then it was over. And I looked at my watch, and it had only been about 15 minutes. Well, I always time a man the first time. Don't you? I don't know. Now you got me scared. I mean, I've been doing that since I was in high school. I thought that was what you call a well-ingrained habit. Well, I mean, that way I know what I'm getting myself into, you know what I'm saying, you know, so I don't set myself up for that repeated disappointment. You know? Well, I don't know. I looked at my watch, and he was pulling on his trousers, and I thought, oh my God, I didn't know if I had offended him or what. You know, I thought maybe I had even repulsed him. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, some of these men, they've only seen women in Playboy or Penthouse, you know, and you know, well, after my second kid, I almost died of stretch marks. You know? So I don't know if he thought that, you know, like life had played a dirty trick on him or something when he saw some of those marks, you know what I'm saying? So I just didn't say a thing, you know. I was scared. But when I saw him take them $5, $10 bills, and he like fanned them out like this on the nightstand, I could not hold my tongue. I looked at him, I was plucked. I said, Bert, I think that is a bit much of a tip for a chambermaid you ain't never seen, for a bed that ain't never been turned down. And he looked at me, and I almost died because the man turned all red with this blue haze, and he was going, Charlotte, you are such a card. Just take that money, put it in your brassiere, let's get the hell out of here. That's when I realized the money was from me. And I was so pleased. That was a lot of money. Sure it was. That was $50. All right, today, excuse me. I tried to do one feminine thing a day. I guess that was it. You may not think $50 as a lot of money, but at that time, I'm not going to tell you how many years we're going back. That was quite a bit of money. Now you have to remember, I had been married 2 times. I had 2 kids. Both my husbands only giving me $50 a week. That was for groceries and everything. And I was sleeping with them every night. So when I went back to New Orleans, I decided I was going to make myself some real money. You see, I did not realize at that time that I was an entrepreneur. You see, we did not think of women as entrepreneurs in them days. We didn't have that New Woman magazine, that Self magazine. You see? So when I went back to New Orleans, I became a sob sister. Do you know what that is? You know. Well, I'm going to explain to you. You could do this yourself if you wanted to. You are going to go to a very good hotel. Now, you're going to go to the very best hotel that you can go to, or the best one that will let you in. And you are going to go and you're going to sit down at the bar, and you are going to set yourself down next to an older gentleman. Now, that man's going to offer you something. He is going to offer you a drink or a cigarette. The very best one that I ever had offered me the fortune from his bazooka bubblegum. You're laughing, but that said you will go far, and I went all over Europe with that man. That's the way I got the down for my house, and that's the way I got my man. Well, I think that all the girls who are doing this kind of thing, I think that we're all, well, you know, doing it for a good reason, you know. I mean, I like men. I always have. I still do. It's just now I see them, and then I see them coming. You see? I see them, and then I see them coming. You see, and they know that too. See, if you're going to be in this line of work, you have got to be a very good little actress. I guess that's why there's so many actresses in this line of work. Oh, my mama knows what I do. Yes, she sure she does. My second husband told her. Because he's a prick. Well, it made her sad. You know, she said that wasn't what she wanted for her daughter, and I understand because, well, my daughter, she's 18 now. She is a raving, born-again Christian. I don't say a word to that girl. I just dust under that tambourine and I let her be. I'm not getting in the middle. I'm live and let live all the way. You see? And my mama told me she thought that if a girl was going to be in this line of work, that she should be on her own and she should save that money. I never saved a cent. I didn't tell her. Well, I was a party girl. You see, I thought that money was going to keep coming in. Well, by the time I figured out what I was doing and how to do it, now these are two separate areas, they started saying that I was getting old. That's why I got my face done. Well, my mama said she'd worked hard her entire life, and all she had to show for that was a sore back and 2 hurt feet. But hey, I don't want you to think that my mama is some kind of sad sack, 'cause she's not. My mama's a scream. You know what she told me the other day? She said, Charlene, she said, you know when you're reading in the Star, and you read about this big movie star, and she goes off and she gets married, and some big Buddhist ceremony on a landslide in Malibu, California. And then after a few weeks, you read that she's going on, she's making her first movie, and she's down there in South America, somewhere near the Amazon, and she runs away with a director who was the best friend of the guy she married like 2 weeks before, or something like that. And you're buying the Star, you're buying the Rambler, you're buying the Midnight, you're buying National Enquirer, the Star, the Globe, I don't know which ones I left out, or you're buying 5, 6 papers a week, just trying to find out what happened to that girl, if she's gonna come back, or if she got shrunk up or what. Now, people are gonna tell you that that is glamour. But, if some little girl, now we are talking about some little ordinary girl, if that girl's just going to go and try to put together a little bit of money, or if that girl's even just going to try to pay her rent, they are going to call that girl, but you know what? I never say that word. You know what I mean? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, for heaven's sakes. They are going to go and they're going to call that girl a whore.